Giacomo Puccini, 1858–1924. Puccini succeeded Verdi as the most important Italian opera composer of his time. He came from the family of church organists and composers. As a student at the Milan Conservatory, he was barely surviving, living on credit at the restaurant Aida. Shortly after his graduation in 1893, he composed his first opera, which brought him to the attention of Italy's leading music publisher, who commissioned new works and gave him an annual income. In 1893, Puccini became famous for his opera Manon Lescaut. Within the next 3 years, his fortune turned around and he became very wealthy from the enormous success of his next opera, which was La Bohème. In this opera, he depicted the life of young struggling artists, which reminded him of his own life. Other successful operas by Puccini include Tosca, Madame Butterfly, and his last unfinished opera, Turandot. His two last operas are based on foreign cultures. That is called exoticism in opera. In both of them, he used melodic and rhythmic elements derived from Japanese and Chinese music. Puccini was concerned with the literary and dramatic qualities of his librettos. He spent almost as much time polishing the librettos as he did composing his music. As stated earlier, his last opera, Turandot, was not finished before Puccini's death. His friend Franco Alfano finished it based on Puccini's sketches. Puccini's wonderful sense of theatre has given his operas eternal life. Even today, each of them are on the top list of the most performed operas around the world. He knew how to introduce a new melody, or even how to use silence as drama. Transitions of mood and emotions are smooth and evolve in a natural manner. His melodies are short and easy to remember. They contain strong emotional power. He used the orchestra to reinforce the vocal line, to create an atmosphere, landscape, and mood. Puccini followed Verdi's idea of uniting the recitative with an aria. There is no more distinction between the two. By using the same musical material in different acts, he achieved an effect of continuity. At the turn of the century, the new artistic trend became known as verismo, which means realism. That meant that the art should portray scenes from real life as true as possible. From then on, opera stories were no longer just about kings, gods, or great heroes. Instead, they often contained shocking, violent scenes set to music of raw emotional power. Two other composers of that time who composed in verismo style were Pietro Mascagni in his opera Cavalleria Rusticana and Ruggiero Leoncavallo in his opera I Pagliacci. And now let's listen to the excerpt from the first act of Puccini's opera La Bohème, dialogue between Rodolfo and Mimi. And let's listen For the alternation between speech-like and melodic phrases in the musical dialogue between Mimi and Rodolfo. Notice that both Rodolfo's aria, Che gelida manina, and Mimi's aria, Mi chiamano Mimi, begin simply, almost conversationally, and then build to a climax in a broad, passionate phrase.